Let's draw this super easy snowman. You can do this in pencil or in charcoal. I'm going to be using charcoal for this example. Let's create this cutie patootie snowman drawing with charcoal. I need to do more charcoal tutorials because I realized that the charcoal drawing video that I have has been pretty popular. So let's make a snowman. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I have Legion Stonehenge white paper. This is for all things drawing techniques, colored pencil, everything. I'm going to do one on black paper and one on white paper. So let's see how this holds up to charcoal. Love this paper, by the way. I'm going to start with vine charcoal. You can use any kind of charcoal that you want. You don't have to use anything specific, but I'm just kind of marking this out where my ground's going to be. And remember, this is a very easy drawing. Anyone can do this. Snowmen have generally three giant snowballs, right? So we're just going to kind of establish this big fat one. It's about this much from the side of the paper. I'm going to make a middle-sized snowball. And then I'm going to make the snowman's head. And you don't want it too small because you want to be able to get those details in there. I'm going to worry about the details in a minute. But I've just established my shape. And I've got my hat. And we're kind of looking up at the snowman. So the curve of the hat is going to go a little round. And it's going to come in a little bit like that. And then we are going to just make this little curve right here. We're going to add a few more details, and that's going to come around the back of his head like that. We'll add some more stuff here in a minute. And then establish where the arms are going to start, right about here. And basically what you want to do, I am left-handed, so I'm going to work from this side to this side so I don't smudge it too much. But if you're right-handed, work from this side to this side. So do what you're comfortable with. I'm already messy. Charcoal's super messy. I am going to start with the face. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow here underneath the hat. And we'll get in there with the hat. I'm going to switch to the pencil. I have a 2B charcoal pencil, but you can literally use anything. And I use my sharpener over here, and I just sharpen. But here's this little guy. And I'm going to make one side of my snowman a little bit darker than the other. So I'm going to say the sun is shining over here. So that means this side is going to be the dark side. All right, so I am going to just add a little bit of shading here. And this is not meant to be super detailed. It can be very rough. It's just a happy little charcoal snowman, just in black and white. It could be a ghost snowman. I'm going to establish that circle, establish this circle. I'm going to go right around here, add a little shadow right here, just give it some dimension. And if you want to shade it a little smoother, you can do that. I'm going to do a little bit of cross hatching. I'm going to make this a textural drawing. Make it a little bit rough. And then I'm going to make it over here. Same thing. I'm just going to kind of scribble this out. Scribble, scribble, scribble. You can absolutely make this super smooth and go in with your tortillon, which is this little thing, and you can smudge it, and we can do that in a bit. Okay, so I've established my shapes here, and then look at how dirty I am already. I'm gonna get this face going. So I am going to make his nose. So his nose is kind of facing toward us, so there's like a little round circle. It's a carrot, so it's gonna start kind of fat. It's gonna go up like this, because I need to kind of establish that it's going this direction. And there's going to be a little bit of a shadow coming across, just a little bit of a shadow under here, just to establish that. And then I'm going to get his little coal smile. I want him to look friendly. And I'm going to go back in and add just more detail to that. I'm going to make his eyes pretty big. Evenly spaced right here. Same thing, I'm just going to go over here and add a little bit of dark under here. It looks like he has bangs right now. That's funny. Like he has a little short haircut. Okay, I'm going to get this here. Add a little shadow. I can go in with my tortillon if I want to soften that just a bit. And I use this as a drawing tool. I just kind of scribble around. He can be a little bit dirty because, you know, it's winter. Is it even snowing where you live? Tell me in the comments if you have snow. We do not have snow right now because we are near Seattle, but maybe we will. Okay, I'm going to go up to the hat. I'm going to leave that for a bit. And actually, I'm going to make the eyes a little darker. I'll leave a tiny bit of white in the middle, a little life, and then the nose. I'm just going along the bottom of the nose to add some shadow. And kind of like establishing that. It's coming towards us. And you can darken the mouth a little bit if you want. Okay. Now I'm going to get in here with the hat. And this is the part right here that's going to be very, very dark, because that is the underside of the hat behind our snowman. So I'm going to just like get in here, scribble, scribble, scribble. A lot of drawing is just controlled scribbling, right? I mean, I feel like it is. Okay, I'm going to make a hat band and make this look shiny. So I am just going to go like that. This is all very loose. I'm going to go up. Same thing with the hat. I'm going to get that shine in there. And I'm just going to go right there. Try not to smudge it if I can. I'll go out of the lines. Get it pretty dark. You can go both directions here. There. I left a little shine on there. You could add a little feather if you want. And then same with this. I'm just darkening this a little bit. And I'm leaving like a tiny bit of the brim a little bit lighter. But there, I've got my hat. Now, a little more shadow. I'm gonna go back in here and let's work on the arms, the branches. So branches are gonna go kind of out straight. And then I'm gonna have some little like pieces sticking out and make this a little bit thick. And maybe just like some offshoots there. Okay, so there's that. There's a little shadow underneath there. And then this one is going to be a little bit different. You don't want to make them symmetrical because branches are not going to be the same. But I am just going to do this, maybe like that little guy. And make them similar to the same length. There we go. So there's that. Let's get the bottom of the sky right here. And you can absolutely also do this drawing in pencil. I'm just doing charcoal because I wanted to test this paper out with charcoal. And I also feel like people really like charcoal. It's just fun. Get a lot of texture and a lot of like darkness that you can establish with it. Okay, now I'm just scribbling. Give it a little shadow in the snow. And again, I'm just gonna soften these lines up a little bit. I'm gonna use my tortillon. I'm gonna go downward in these lines to soften them just a bit. Same with this. Just gonna soften this. I don't even have to like make a lot of dark lines because this is snow after all. So here is my snowman. How easy was that? So easy. Should I add a scarf? I feel like I should add a scarf and some buttons. So now that I've already drawn him, how will I add a scarf? Let me just make a little line like this. Just a little wrinkle. And I am going to establish where this is going to be. It's going to be kind of a tattered scarf. I'm going to make it striped. I'm just going to make like little lines like this. So it looks like it was knit. A tattery knit scarf. Some little lines here. And I want to make it look three-dimensional, so I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow over here. And then some fringe. Some shadow here. Do some cross hatching. Just add a little texture and a little shadow underneath. And to the side. And then let's add a couple of buttons. That looks better. Now use your eraser. Erase all your little smudgies. You can use it as a tool as well if you got smudgies inside. I know you're not supposed to blow your charcoal, but this is charcoal pencil, so it didn't make a lot of dust. All right. And there you have it. Sign your work. And you're done. Come back and make another piece of winter art with me soon. I think the next one is going to be some trees in the forest. Oh, in charcoal or pencil.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more tutorials.
And I will make you another tutorial.